Hi, today we'll start with
Hello,
the vendor master data.
Sandeep, one
Oh,
second, recording off ಮಾಡ ಒಂದು
okay, we'll start with the vendor master data. Okay, so vendor
Okay.
master data. T code to start to create the vendor is XK01. Vendor means supplier. Okay, to
Hmm.
create the supplier, we need to create the supplier for the plant or the company. Okay, for that
Hmm.
to create the how we had created the material like that same we need to create the vendor. Okay,
Hmm.
so who are the suppliers, who are the vendors supplying the materials to us, we need to create it in our system, and we need to maintain the records for the vendor. Okay, for that
Hmm.
to create the vendor, T code is XK01, and to make any changes like telephone number or the address, any changes is given by the vendor. We need to make those changes in our system. For that changes, XK02 is the T code.
Okay.
Okay, just to display the vendor address or the account details, anything you need to just display it. For that, XK03 is the T code.
Okay.
Okay, we go to the system. Okay, the T code is XK01.
01. Okay.
Okay, here is the initial screen of the vendor
Hmm.
to create the vendor. Okay, company
Hmm.
code. Our company code is 1000. So purchase
Hmm.
organization is important. Purchase organization is 001. Account group. Account group means this vendor you are creating for which account group. Means domestic vendor is there, and domestic and international vendors is there, and for oil and gas you will be maintaining separate vendor group. So like that vendor groups will be there. From the vendor group the segregation will be done for our convenience. Okay,
Hmm.
you can just take double check. Okay, just hit the enter. Okay, I need to just give a
Okay.
external number range. Okay, I will
Okay.
give 5000 is already exist. Already exist. Okay, I will give 1020. Okay, okay. So vendor number is Z521. Okay, that account group is using the external number ranges. Okay, we need to give the Z521.
Oh, Sandeep, one second.
Yeah, yeah. That vendor account group, whatever we had entered, right? So that is
Yes.
asking external number ranges. Okay, means external means we need to give our specific vendor number from the client side. Okay, we need to give the vendor number. Okay, that is asking. That is not taking internally. Internal number ranges that is not taken. Okay, external
Vendor means
number.
we need to onboard from the apart from the
Yeah,
organization.
yeah. While we are onboarding, we need to
Mhm.
specifically give the external number ranges for that account group. You can give the internal number ranges as well, but that account groups that is mentioned as a external number ranges. Okay.
Okay.
For that
Okay.
reason, it is asking a external number ranges, but in the real time that will take a internal number ranges.
Okay. So these numbers will be given from the company side. Like we need to give
No,
numbers.
that is not our work. That is a consultant
Okay.
work. Okay, who
Okay. Okay.
are doing the this before giving it to end users, who are doing the customization. That is their work.
Mhm.
We need not to worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, and we need to
Okay.
choose the title. Title is company and give the name.
While you are when you execute the code for vendor master data XK01, that time the different display was came. Then how it got changed means
No, I have entered the external number ranges at that. Wait, I will just show you.
because some changes that you were doing. I am like,
Yeah, see here, vendor, I have entered this number.
mhm,
Okay, vendor Z521 I have entered and company code
mhm.
and purchase organization.
Okay.
Then I have clicked the enter. So then after that it go to the creating the vendor.
Okay. Understood.
Okay, okay, I will just give the random name Shankar Steel and search item steel street number anything you can just give postal code that is not mandatory. You can give anything.
Mhm,
Okay, and then countries India you can give region 06 you can give. Okay, these all data will be collected from the vendor. Okay, same thing you need to enter it at the vendor master data.
okay.
Okay, these all data will be cut from the vendors. Okay, and then hit the enter. It will go to the next screen. It is not
Mhm,
required. Okay, here see here the bank details whatever the vendor given no that all details will be entering at the here. Okay, these all
mhm,
activities at the end users we are not doing. But
mhm,
for our knowledge, we need to know about these all bank details, whatever the accounts maintaining. Okay, when the vendor is not paid the amount, or vendor will come back with we have not received this amount. So you need to
mhm,
check in the XK03. Okay, there you need to check the vendor account details, what it is maintained at our organization and whatever the invoice submitted by the vendor, the amount goes to which bank account. You need to cross check. You need to know about this, all the vendor master data.
okay.
Okay, these all things will be handled by the vendor master data team.
Mhm,
VMD team will be there. Okay,
mhm,
these all activities will be taken care by them. You just need to collect all the data from the vendor and you need to submit it to the VMD team and they will create the vendor data.
mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
they will create it and they will just give you the vendor number. This number they will give you. Okay, all the details you need to collect and give it to the vendor master team.
Mm,
Okay, and then after hit the enter. Okay, here reconciliation account. Reconciliation account you can give a. 16. Okay. This reconciliation account means from here your all the transaction will be happen. Okay. With this vendor for your organization, what all the transaction is going on, this reconciliation account is taking care. From there, your bank account, your vendor bank account will be considered. What all the activities happen for this vendor for this company, this reconciliation account will be taken care.
So basically this is the like code number for that
A
account details and
company,
everything.
yeah, for
Company.
that company, for what all
Yeah.
the reconciliation means, what all the transaction happen for the this company with the vendors. So that
Mhm.
will be the list will be given in this 16 0000. That account number is there.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Mm.
cash management group. This they have made a mandatory. You can give. Okay, then payment terms here. So your company standard payment terms will be N90 if it is there. Then you need to negotiate with the vendor. So vendor, all the vendor will not agree with the payment terms. They will say that we need the payment after we had delivered the material 45 days. Within the 45 days, we need the payment. Okay, or your company organization may have 90 days or 60 days payment terms. After they have submitted the invoice, from there 60 days it will consider. But vendor will not accept that one. Vendor will say that
Mhm.
no, we have the payment term in 30 days. Means when they have submitted the invoice, from that date to 30 days, from the 30th day, they need the material. They need the payment.
Amount payment.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So that all the details you will be collecting from the vendor side. Okay. And then tolerance group that is not required. And account payable, any methods is there like cash, check, anything is there you can mention. And alternate pay means from that vendor, if you are not paying, if any alternate is there that you can provide it at here. Okay. Just hit enter and just hit enter. The order currency. Okay. For this vendor, which currency you are ordering, that it is maintained at the order currency. Okay, here the list is there for which what order currency you can mention Indian rupee. Okay, see terms of payment, here it is given. This discount they are giving, I have explained this in the purchase order. So here if you maintain, that will come automatically at there. Here I said Incoterms. Incoterms means how the material is sending to the plant from the vendor side. If you have maintained the X work, then from their plant you need to pick, pack, and you need to arrange the carrier, and from your side you need to load it, and from our plant you need to unload it. FCA means they will be packing and they will be loading at the carrier, and you need to arrange the carrier, and that will be delivered at our plant. So these all the Incoterms for the this is will be changing from material to material and vendor to vendor. Okay, how your category team or how you will be negotiating with the vendor, that will be added at the Incoterm. Incoterm, the freight charge, everything will be calculated. If the vendor has the more freight charge, then you will be calculating from your side what is the freight charge for this material. Then you will say that no, we will arrange at our side carrier. Then you need to just pick and pack. Okay, you need to make the material ready with the packing. Those are all the
Mm-hmm.
details Incoterms will say. Okay, for
Mm-hmm.
our practice, I will take a CA and then FCA.
So basically, this vendor master data while creating the that time only they will decide this Incoterms, right?
Yeah, Incoterms
How?
it will decide. Then you
Okay.
can change at the later. Okay, these all the
Okay.
what all the mandatory. I'm entering the details at vendor master data. Those all details previously you need to collect it from the vendor before creating the vendor master data.
Okay.
Okay, all
So
the
those
checklist will
data
be
we need
there.
to give to create that separate
Yes,
team for the vendor
yes,
master creating data. Mm.
yes. You need to collect all the. There will be checklist will be there. You need to
Mm-hmm.
collect all the details from the vendor side, and
Mm-hmm.
those all details you need to give it to the vendor master team.
Okay.
Okay? Then
Mm.
here partners function is there. Means if the one vendor is there and their sister company is there, they are submitting a invoice. That details you can add it at the here partner function. If 1,000 vendor is there, okay, 1,200 vendor is also they have tie up with the 1,000 vendor. Okay, five material will be sending from the 1,000 vendor. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
1,200 vendor is sending another five materials. So when you have ordered the material for the 1,000 vendor, that material is sending from the 1,200 means they both are tie up. Okay, if they both are tie up means 1,000 will receive the PO and he will send the material from the 1,200. Okay, that time the invoice will be submitted from the 1,200. If we have added the 1,200 at the partner of the 1,000, then payment will be directly paid to the 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for that reason, partner function will be useful. Okay, and then hit the enter. At last, you need to save. Okay, this is created now. Okay, for my now you can see display the vendor. Okay, here for that transaction, if you want to change the anything slash xk02. Okay, whatever thing you need to change at the vendor side, you need to select it at here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see if you want to change anything, name if you are missing. Okay, 10 characteristic. Okay, and then if anything you need to change it. See bank details. If that vendor is saying that that bank detail is not valid now. Okay, he
Mm-hmm.
will say that we have another bank details we have created, and then you need to change this details. So that time, whatever the things, bank details, everything you need to collect it and you need to send it to the vendor master team. They will change the bank details.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for that reason, for our sake of knowledge, we need to know this one. Okay, and then
Mm-hmm.
next, hit the enter, and then here nothing will be changing. Your tax code and interest calculation that is not required or account side. Okay, payment method and if anything, see here, if anything change, payment terms is changed means you need to change it at here. Okay, see if you are continue with the vendor saying that they have the 90 days payment term. So in between from the vendor side or from the organization side, it is changed to from our side it is changed to 120 days and from the vendor side if it is changed to 60 days, then there will be a proper negotiation will be there. Okay, that time they will change at 75 days, we can agree. Okay, that time you need to commit at here and you need to change the payment terms. Those all the payment terms will be available at here. Okay, whatever the discounts they are giving, that will be available at here. Okay, based on that, you need to check with them. So if that is 75 days, then within the 14 days, whatever the discount they are giving, within 30 days, whatever discount they are giving, that you need to enter it at here. Okay, just hit the enter. If the order currency is changed, then you need to change the order currency. Most of the time, this is not happening because whatever the order currency is maintained, that will be continue with the vendor because those all calculation will be there. Okay, at the end, that is not possible. Okay, you just save. You want to make any changes, that is xk02. If you want to create the vendor, xk01, and if you want to just display 03. Okay, vendor number you need to enter. See, I want to just see the address because why you want to see the address all the time means if you want to arrange the carrier. Okay, you want to arrange the carrier, vendor will send you the details. For that vendor, you need to cross verify the address. Okay, vendor will be sometime having the plant at two sender is sending the material from two plants, two warehouse. There you need to arrange the carrier. Okay. For that reason, you need to come to the vendor master details and most of the time XK03 will be available because XK1, XK02 is not be access to all. Okay. Not
Mm-hmm.
everyone in the company will not accessible to that. Only XK03, only display. Okay. In all the data, whatever I have said here, wherever the only display is there, MM03,
Mm-hmm.
XK03, and here ME53N and ME23N means they don't have the access to change or edit for that purchase order or that screen. They have only see this screen because they are not authorized to use this one because they have from the other department. Okay, they just have to see this one. They don't have access to create or do anything. They just have the access to see this one. Like this, we don't have authorization to edit or make the changes in the vendor master data. We have only to see the whatever the details available with that vendor. For that, XK03 is the T code, and then I want to see the address to arrange the carrier. Okay, that time you need to enter the vendor details and then hit the enter. The address is came, street, postal code, everything is there. If the vendor is sending the same details, then you can just copy that number and arrange the carrier. That is correct. Then you can proceed. Sometime what will happen? Account information. He will say that what he will say. I have not received the payment. Then you need to commit at here. Right, reconciliation account is there. Payment transaction. Account details you can check. That is also possible. Okay. So like this, everything you can check it at the here. See, bank details, you can come it at here and you can payment transactions. That is, you can come and check the bank details. Whatever the details you have entered, you can just screenshot it and send it to the vendor. This is the account details we have maintained at our side. Please confirm it. If they are confirmed means okay. If they had changed, they said any changes, then you need to give it to the vendor master data team. They will change it at the next level. Okay. This is all the to create the vendor. Okay. Then
Okay.
what? Okay. What you need to do now? Again, you need to create the vendor. next material, and next source list, and then material info record, then create the PR for that material with that vendor, and then convert that into PO, and then GR, and then Myro. Okay, this is the process. First, you need to create the vendor, and then create the material, and add it to the source list, and then material info record you need to maintain, and then create PR, create PO, then do the GR, and then do the Myro. This is complete your P2P process.
Just a second, I just noting down it. So things to take care while creating the vendor master data, these are the things, correct?
No, no, no. I'm saying first you need to create the vendor. No, I'm telling the process, full process.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
After creating the vendor, next create the material. For your practice purpose, I'm telling now.
Okay.
Okay, how to practice from now? First create the vendor, and then create the material, and then add it to the source list, and then maintain the material info record,
Mhm.
and then create the PR for that material with the that vendor combination, and then create the PO, and then create the GR, and last stage is create the post the invoice. Okay, this is complete your P2P process.
Okay.
Hmm?
So this is the entire complete P2P process. In this,
Yeah,
these
this,
are all the things included.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Basically, our major work will be PRPO creation only. So,
Here is our
and
major work. Here is will be our
okay.
major work. Converting PR to PO means PR lines will be more. All details you
Mhm.
need to take care, and then you need to convert PR to PO. That is a
And
major
this
thing.
invoice post that we will only do, right? The person who is going
No,
to
no,
work
no,
on
no.
PRPO.
No, no, no. Invoice will be taken care from the other department.
Mhm.
Our major thing is at creation of the PO, and if any error is there, you just need to identify based on all the past history. Because
Mhm.
material error is there, you need to you will be came to know that, and everything will be standardized. But for our knowledge, we need to know all these things from
Okay.
PO where the price is came from the PO material info record. From there, material price will be fetched to the PO.
Mm.
Okay, like these are all the information we need to know.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, you just create the vendor, practice create vendor,
Mhm.
then create the material. Okay, same plant, same company, same purchase organization, and then create the source list for that material, that vendor, and then create the material info record, ME11. From there, for that material, create the purchase equation, then convert that purchase equation to P1, and then make the GR and minus.
Okay.